JELM, good morning, brother. How you doing? How you doing? Good morning to everybody else too. Yeah, so thoughts on gold and GJ. So currently, with GJ, I would like to see price to break above 168.811, form some sort of resistance here and then continue bullish. So, maybe something like, some sort of break and then a retest and then a continuation, something like that. For buys, and then for sells, something similar, a break, a retest of some sort, then overall target to 168.147. And then gold, what I would like to see for gold, honestly, is a support to form, some sort of resistance to form, and then a retest of the support to ultimately continue downward. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. So at this point, just got to see what other candles print here. Typically with this candle structure here, a break at the high here, trail stop loss below current candle would make a lot of sense, but the problem is we have resistance right here. So to anticipate price to break and continue pushing through this zone is a little risky in my opinion, just because we have this resistance here. So a push through and a break and close would be a lot safer in my opinion, just based on this resistance here. Same thing with gold. We have support level here in the past, so at this point, candle has already fallen. We've missed this move. This would have been a perfect entry here to catch this move down, but at this point, we've missed this move down, so we need to wait for support to form, resistance to form, and then either this resistance to break and continue bullish, or this resistance to be respected and then go retest the support that's created. So that's what I'm thinking here. Yeah, so we would want to see a bullish closure. So, basically, what we would want to see is, this candle to continue with what it's doing type of thing. So, say for example, we have a bullish candle like that. And then we have a bearish candle here. We have another bullish candle here. So something like this. Something like this to form would be perfect. You would want to wait for this candle to form though. You wouldn't want to take entries just because, we had a bearish candle close above the support. Like I said, you could, an entry, like I've executed on this move a lot of times, where you see this bullish candle, weak bearish, and then a bullish candle again. I've executed on this a lot of times, trail stops below the current candle, and then anticipate price to continue through, especially in a bullish trend based on a weak, resistance level. This typically works out. So if you've executed on this and you're in this, then congrats. Just let it rock and roll. Wait for a lower wick to be created here, break the top, and it should continue. For me, I would rather see a 30-minute candle close above this zone though. So you want price moving in your direction on the third candle. Yeah. I mean, anytime you're taking buys, you want candles to be printing bullish. Anytime you're taking sells, you want candles to be printing bearish. If price is just like, just rejecting a zone and it hasn't technically closed in your direction, it's not a strong confirmation. I have until Friday to pass an FTMO phase 1 challenge, and I'm at negative 3%. Yeah, I mean, don't think about the money, don't think about what you gotta make, don't think about, what you can risk, just risk 1 to 2% per trade, and, just execute 1 trade per day from here until Friday. And if you manage making, the 3% back and you're in a break-even state, then I think you can get a new test account or whatever for free. I can't remember exactly how FTMO works, but I'm pretty sure you can do that. So I would just focus on that. Focus on just taking 1 trade per day for the next couple of days, and if it works out, amazing. If it doesn't, then oh well. It is what it is. Can't be attached to the money. So it looks like we should have support forming here on gold. GJ is obviously broken above. It's closed above on the 15-minute candle. If the 15-minute candle wicks down and then goes to break the high, I might be looking for an entry here, but I think I would rather wait for the 30-minute candle to close, to be honest. Let's see, hourly. Yeah, we're at an hourly resistance too. So I think it's going to be better to wait. Jake, what's up, man? JEOM? No, I don't. I've never used prop firms, never tried to take any of the tests or anything. But yeah, I'm pretty sure as long as you are at a break-even state, as long as you don't have any losses on the challenge account, when the time is expired, then I think that you can just email support and you can just let them know, hey, I want to retest, and you can do that. I've heard of people doing that in the past, and I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So, but I think that you have to be in a position to where you are in a minor profit or a break-even state to be able to do that. I don't know that they will do it if you have a loss on your account. But truthfully, like, I don't recommend using a prop firm unless you're profitable. Money is not going to be the solution to you becoming profitable. Jake, what's up? I'm on Funded Trading Plus. There's no time limit, which is how it should be. Jake, is that Jake Council? Is that like a different FTMO type of account? Jake O. Yes sir, yeah, buys above 168.811 or so here. I was looking at this 15-minute close and, you know, anticipating that, you know, an entry would be valid at the break of the high here, but I think I would rather see a 30-minute candle close, especially after this rejection currently. Oh, Funded Trading Plus is a different prop firm. I got you. Yeah, there's a woman in the group that's actually testing a bunch of different prop firm accounts. Her name is Alice the MV. She's the one that's she's been testing a bunch of different prop firm accounts, and is basically just, you know, doing it just to give her feedback on which one's best, which one has the best spreads, stuff like that. Will you buy if there's rejection from 1638? So the conditions for a buy above here would be a support formed and then a weak resistance formed and then that resistance to be broken. So that would be the conditions for a buy right here. You gotta think, like, this is a counter trend trade at this point. Price, you know, came down, formed a weak support, you know, tried to go back up, ultimately broke and continued to fall. Now at this point we would need the same thing to happen for buys. So we would need, you know, price to close down here, you know, create some sort of resistance, you know, try to break that, but ultimately continue to go bullish. So we would need something like that. So you know, I wouldn't necessarily look for buys on gold above 1638 just based off of rejections. I would want a resistance to form and then that resistance to be broken before taking buys above 1638. And that the only reason that I would do that is because, you know, we need to this is a counter trend trade, so this doesn't mean, just because a support is being formed down here doesn't mean that it's going to correct this move. It could just pull back a little just to continue to fall. Dang, same day payouts, that's pretty fire. No, Jake, haven't taken any trades yet, just logged in this morning. Got back home super late last night, so yeah, just getting back to the swing of everything. How long did my break-even phase last? Good question. So to be honest, I don't really know. So when I first started trading, like back in 2016, 2017, I was not profitable at all. I was losing shit ton of money. Just kind of gambling, honestly. Didn't really have any idea. Was buying a lot of mentorships, courses, stuff like that, trying to learn different things. Once I learned price action, I started to have more profitable trades, and then from there, it just kind of turned into discipline to make the profitable trades outweigh the losses. So I honestly didn't really go through like a quote unquote like break even phase. I was just like losing like crazy, and then all of a sudden I started profiting, and now my goal is to make that profit bigger by cutting losses as soon as possible, mitigating risk as much as possible, and just staying more disciplined, just taking one trade per day. Because when you're focused on just taking one trade per day, you're focused on taking the best possible trade. You're not trying to take any available trade. So a lot of times, like you guys that join these streams, you guys that watch me here, you'll notice like I will just let trades happen. I'll just let moves happen without executing on them, just because I'm not 100% confident in the move. I'm only looking to execute on things that I'm 100% confident in. Do you think 25% weekly returns is achievable, or is that too much risk on a 5K account? 2.5 risk per trade. Yeah, I think that's fine. It really just comes down to what you're comfortable with, what you're confident with. So me personally, like I like to risk anywhere from 1 to 2% per trade, and I'm only taking one trade per day, so 1 to 2% per day essentially. So yeah, if you're comfortable with 2.5% risk per trade, then 100% you can do that. Now, as far as do I think 25% weekly returns is achievable, that's a whole different story. That's a whole different question. At the end of the day, you really don't have any type of control over the gains. You can only take what the market gives you, so you can't really have any type of expectations based on results, based on, oh, I want to make this amount of money per week or this amount of money per day. You really can't attach yourself to that, because then you start losing and you start putting yourself into a panic state, and that's not good. Your emotions are all fucked at that point. Nice to see your channel growing, Mike. Thanks, Jake. Yeah, thank you, man. You're one of the OGs, so it's a trickle down effect from you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, and so this is exactly why we want to wait for a break and close. And if we were waiting for the 15 minute to break the candle high, we would have never entered here. So a lot of times, like in the past, I would see a candle break and close above, and once it closed, I would just press buy. I would trail the stop loss base below the previous candle, and I would just anticipate price to continue. But a lot of this happened to me, a lot of this right here, where price would never break the candle high and it would just continue down to break the candle low, which, as we all know, that's a essentially like a turn in the market, because we went from making higher highs and higher lows to making a lower high and a lower low at this point. So it's like a direction change here. But if we can get a 15-minute weak bearish candle, that might look good. The only problem is I would definitely like it to be above 168, 811 due to these rejections here. And that resistance. Do you have a weekly loss limit? Like for me, I risk 0.5% per trade, and I stop if I'm down 2% for the week. I'll also stop if I'm up 4%. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I think it's important to set rules, to set plans like that. So yeah, even if you think about it, if you're risking 0.5% risk per trade, you know, you're essentially in 2% risk per week, you're essentially putting yourself into a position to where you're only taking one trade per day. So I think that's perfect. I think that's excellent. As far as like me personally having a weekly loss limit, no, don't really have anything like that. I mean, I guess you could say, you know, I'm willing to lose 5% per week, just because I'm risking 1% per day, you know. So only asked because I came across a trader that only every 3 months deposits 2.5k, aims for 25% a week, and risk 2.5%, has reached the 25k target after 3 months 8 times now. Yeah, that's amazing, Andrew. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's achievable. You know, it just kind of depends on what your trading plan is, you know. So I just try and remove myself from any type of gains expectations, you know. Oh, 10% a month, oh, 10%, you know, a week, whatever the case is. Like, I don't care. As long as I'm profiting, that's amazing. That's all I care about. What I really care about, honestly, is not losing. You know, I hate losing. So, but yeah, I mean, if it's a developed plan that works, then by all means, you know, give it a rip. Me personally, though, the biggest thing that I think that is bad when it comes to setting yourself based on expectations around gains is, you know, say for example, you know, you're at 20%. If you're at 20% for the week, and you're like, oh shit, I need to make 5% today, and it's Friday. So then you're like trying to make that 5% on a risky trading day, and it's all around just a bad story. So that's kind of why I say it's not good to base on expectations. But yeah, so if we see a 15-minute bullish close here, I think executing on the next 30-minute candle would be a really good idea. So 15-minute bullish close should put us above 168.811. So we'll just have to see here. Yeah, 10 trades a day is pretty ridiculous in my opinion. I would call that over trading. There's no need to do all of that. It's going to be very hard to have 10 profitable trades in a day. So, you know, I don't know if you guys follow Raja Banks, but if you do, he talks about you know, an experience, a situation that he had with a therapist, a psychologist, where they were basically telling him like, hey, you know, as a human, you can only make 1 to 2 emotional decisions per day. So if you think about it, trading is 100% an emotional decision. So, you know, 1 to 2 emotional decisions per day, 1 to 2 trades per day. And I've noticed this myself too. You know, like the more trades I take, the more I'm in like that break-even state that one of you was asking me about earlier. You know, that's kind of when I'm in that break-even state. You know, like when I'm just taking 1 trade per day, it's either a win or it's a loss. If it's a win, amazing, then I'm going to cherish that. If it's a loss, then, you know, whatever, I'm going to learn from it and hope I don't do it again. But when you're just, you know, taking 10, 15, 20 trades per day, which I've done that in the past, you're getting very, very, you know, aggressive based on your emotions. And you're probably not letting things happen the way they should. You know, if you're thinking about it, if you're taking 10 plus trades a day, you know, you're trading like 10 hours a day. Like that's insane. Shouldn't be the goal for trading, in my opinion. But yeah, this looks gold. This looks good for gold here to continue as well. If the 30-minute can continue down, I think it will be a good move. No trade for me above this range though. I mean, at the break of the low here, this would be a 22 pip stop loss. I think it should break this realistically. It's only like 3 pips, so 3 pips to support here, but I think it should break it and continue. Especially because this 15-minute candle closed with no lower wick. You know, it broke the high and it's breaking the low in the second half of the candle. I mean, I think this should continue bearish at this point, but especially with the break of the 30-minute low. But the problem is you know, we have this support right here, 1638. So we would have to anticipate that there's going to be enough volume in the market to push through that support level. Which in a bearish trend, I think that should happen, but you know, I would rather trade this range here of clean candles rather than right here. So I'm gonna wait here. Yeah, Jake, if you're referring to the Raja story, that was exactly me. Like, I was already in that position of 1 to 2 trades, you know, per day. I used to have a business that took a lot of my time, so you know, that's really all I could do. I would just try and get one trade. I would try and get it as soon as possible and just get off the charts for the day and move on. Damn, man. I don't know why this Tinder thing always targets me. Yeah, third Jake. 100%. Looks like GJ is not going to do what we want it to do. That's alright, I like sells below here too. Could be the resistance forming here on gold to correct the drop down. I honestly want to see GJ though, man. I took trades on gold last week. I think 3 trades and there were 3 losses. On gold, I want to get back to my paired GJ here. Just hasn't really given me good moves during New York session lately. Gold's been giving much better moves during New York session lately. Haven't even looked at news yet either. Could be some nonsense coming in here and I don't even know. Euro news overnight, GBP news this morning. USD news at 9:45. That's after my trading time, so whatever. Don't even know what that is. Don't care. Right here might be something on Thursday. Euro news could affect GBP. Core price index. I think this is that event that we had that didn't do shit last time. Core price index. So we probably won't pay attention to that. FOMC and NFP? Oh, am I missing something? I don't see anything. I don't see NFP on here this week. NFP or FOMC. Yeah, I don't see it. I think that's next week, because next week is the start of November. Yeah, it's gonna be next week. CPI is Friday, right? CPI. Yeah, you're right. CPI does give big moves. It's PPI that doesn't. You're right. Checking my trade journal now. I see there was a big move last time. Nah, you're all good, man. You're all good. I knew it was next week. Oh, those core retail sales that didn't do anything. Yeah. That's not until next month though. Let's see. Anwar Sarath, new subscriber. Thanks, brother. Thanks for the love, Anwar. bearish close here. So we had a little fake out here on the 15-minute on GJ. 30-minute does look like it's going to continue bearish. Overall bias on GJ is definitely bullish, so I would much rather see a bullish move happen here on GJ. Yeah, so this goes back to what I was talking about earlier as far as, you know, a resistance forming to take buys. So now we have the resistance here. You know, candle can essentially just continue bullish just like this and correct this move. Seen this happen a lot. I would prefer to see this happen on 30-minute time frame though. Notice this is 15-minute time frame, so if we can get a bullish candle close here above, you know, 1641.71, I think that might be a good idea for buys. Maybe like 38 pips to the top of the range, so yeah, I think that, because that will give us a really weak bearish candle on the 30-minute, and then, you know, we can anticipate the next 30-minute to wick down, go and break the high, continue bullish for a counter trend move there. But that would be the conditions for the counter trend move. But we would need the resistance to actually form on the 30-minute, in my opinion. Sometimes price does move on 15-minute with gold, but if that happens, you know, we just got to accept that we missed the move, and it's okay. It's okay. No top wick here on 4-hour candle. Still an hour and 42 minutes left on the 4-hour candle, so it could very well just reject from this area and continue bullish. We don't know. GJ breaking below this area now. So if we can get that break and close below, I think that'll be a good move down. Should be plenty enough range as long as price closes out a decent area here. And we could take sells, and I think we can catch a good move. I do have some supports on 15-minute that could cause a little trouble, but 15-minute time frames, weak time frames, so these would turn into wick fills here with a closure below this zone. So wick fill, and then we have clean candle to move down. So I think that would be a good move. Yeah, I think that would be a solid move. Neo, what's up, man? How's it going? Jake, it really depends on where the stop would be. So if it makes sense on the 30-minute candle, you know, I would have to have stops below the previous 30-minute candle. But if it makes sense on 30-minute candle, then I will execute as long as my stop loss is okay. If it's too big, then I'll wait, you know, for the second 15-minute candle. But it's kind of a game time decision based on that. Yeah, Neo, I've been trading gold. I've been taking some positions on it. But I would really like to take a trade on GJ today. GJ sells below 168.57. I think should work out for me real good. But gotta wait for candle to close here. Gotta wait for candle to close. Should be a solid range to fill though, 30 pips or so. Gold kind of ranging at this point. We have the 15-minute resistance formed. Still waiting on 30-minute resistance to form. Yeah, for sure. Always gotta wait for an upper wick, in my opinion. I notice a lot of times if it just breaks the low, it's about a 50% chance that it's gonna continue going or come back up and break the high. But I mean, at the same time, it really just depends on where the stop loss can be. If you're trailing the stop loss based upon the previous candle's high, then, you know, a wick necessarily isn't needed. If it breaks a low, you can take the position, and then if it continues to go down with no wick at the top, then okay, cool. So Jake, I would say it really just depends on, you know, where you can have your stop loss. I mean, if it's above the previous candle, then, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, risking, in my opinion, risking 1% is totally fine in that position, or 100% of what you planned on risking is totally fine in that position. But if you're wanting to trail stop loss based on current candle high, say for example the previous candle high is like 30 pips plus, and you're like, nah, I don't want to do that. If you're doing it based on the current candle high, then, and there's no top wick, then for sure I would probably want to do a reduced risk at that point, because there's a very high chance it's going to come hit your stop loss at that point. Very high chance that it's going to retrace some way somehow. But it looks like gold is doing what we talked about. So the bullish close, we would have a weak 30-minute candle here. Yeah, I would really like to see this candle close bullish and go from there. So hourly has no top wick, so yeah. So Jake, you know, kind of like something that I've been talking about is, if it's the first 15-minute candle and the 30-minute candle, you know, there's a lower probability that price is going to continue in your favor. It's the second, if it's a second 15-minute candle and the 30-minute candle, you have a high probability that price is going to go in your favor. So no matter, like, if you're trading, my rule is if you're trading the 15-minute candle, you always set stops above or below the previous candle's high or low. If you're trading the 30-minute candle, if it's the first half, then you always put your stop loss below or above the previous candle's high or low. If it's the second half, you're safe to trail it above the current high or low, and expect that price isn't going to come break its own high or low in the second half of the candle. So that's something that I realized just by last week's trades. I took 3 trades last week. They were all in the first 15-minute candle of the 30-minute candle. I trailed stop loss above or below the current candle's high on all 3 of those trades. Price started to retrace. I ended up closing positions on all 3 of those trades, and then the move played out on all 3 of those trades. So, and it ended up playing out in the second half of the candle. So I told myself, okay, cool, no problem. You know, the only difference is I should have been trailing my stop loss based on the previous 30-minute candles lower highs in this case, because I was taking the position in the first 15 minutes of the 30-minute candle. And if I would have had the stop loss based on the previous candle's current high or low, it would have never been hit. You know, I looked at all 3 of those moves. It would have been respected on all 3 of them, and it would have played out. So something I realized last week. However, it's going to reduce entries a lot for me. It's gonna like invalidate a lot of entries for me, which I don't think is a problem. You know, because taking less trades isn't really the problem. Or taking more trades, you know, what I'm trying to solve is taking as little losing trades as possible. That's what I want to accomplish at this point. Raja is buying GJ to 170, I think. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Raja does some wizard shit. We'll let him do it. For me, I see 0 confirmations to buy to 170 at this point. Gold looks like it's gonna continue though. An entry here at the break of the 15-minute high might have made sense. I'd like to see this candle close first. Dang, it's gonna keep pushing. See, no top wick here on 4 hour. Remember I talked about that earlier, saying that, you know, we could reject off of 1638 and just continue bullish for the remainder of the 4 hour candle. Gold's kind of doing that. See, if this happened in a sell, like if this happened in a bearish movement, or say if the trend currently was bullish at this point, I would have executed an impulse entry on the break of the high here. The reason that I didn't do an impulse entry on the break of the high here is because it's a counter trend trade. You know, price moved down, created a low, and yeah, the current trend is bearish. Would you not say gold is retesting 1645 to further go down? Yeah, it could for sure. It could for sure. That's honestly why I didn't execute on buys here. You know, like I said, if this was a bearish movement and something like this was playing out in a bearish formation, then I would have executed. Like, I mean, very simple explanation is if this was a bullish trend, I would have taken an impulse entry here, trailed stops based on previous candle low, and let the thing ride to 1646. But because this is a bearish move, I would want to see candle closure here first, which stop loss would have been 27 pips or so. At this point, very low top wick, so yeah, not a good trade idea for me. Not to mention stop loss would be like 35 pips at this point. You know, 20 pips to fill. Yeah, not a good trade idea for me here. Now for GJ, yeah, just nothing at this point. Nothing at this point. Nothing. Got in gold at 1941. Would you hold? Have stop loss at break even? 1641. Okay, 1641. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I would have stop loss at break even, I'm sure. So if you got in at 1641 flat, then, you know, at this point, you know, I would have had stop loss at break even. At 20 pips, I would have had secured 90% of the position, and then I would have stop loss at break even for the remainder 10%, and I would just set my TP here at 1945, and I would probably just enjoy the rest of my day and not give a damn what happens. But how the hell did you get in at 1641? What were your confirmations for that? What were your confirmations for the entry on that? For gold, could get a fake out below 1642 or just form a resistance here to continue back down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why in a bearish trend, you know, impulse entries on counter trend trades are very risky. You know, so taking an entry here based on this pattern, I know, you know, if you trade with Raja, if you've watched me, I talk about this pattern all the time. It plays out. But this pattern in a counter trend movement, you need to see this candle closure and then a wick down, break the high to continue. But in a trending movement, this move here, you know, would have made total sense to execute here. Yeah, it looks like he got a really good entry on buys. Damn. Looks like he's trading his big account too. Nice. Yeah, so if we break the high here, I think it should continue. For me, you know, I don't want to enter this. I don't want to execute this because my stop loss would be too big. 36 pip stop loss, and I wouldn't trail stop loss based on current candle low, because it's 15-minute time frame. The low could easily be broken here, and it's also the first 15-minute candle and the current 30-minute candle. So in this position, I would rather trail stops based on current 30-minute low, which would be 47 pips, and that's no good. GJ impulse is tempting. Yeah, I mean, I would want to see a candle break and close below. I've seen GJ just, you know, wick down, come back up and close in range, wick down, come back up and close in range. I've seen that happen all the time. I've noticed that candles with no top wicks usually end up reversing, especially on 1 hour. Yes. 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 And that's what I've been talking about here on gold with the 4-hour candle. Currently no top wick. You know, it came down and it's rejecting hard as fuck. And same thing here. You know, no lower wick, also no bottom wick too. Yeah, Jake, 100%. Gotta wait for the close below on GJ. Got to. Mike, we were trading here. Why your voice so seductive? Nah, man, I'm just chill. I'm not seductive at all. I'm also tired as fuck. I slept like 3 hours last night. Contemplated not getting up this morning. Contemplated sleeping a couple extra hours before hopping on the stream. But I was like, nah, I gotta get my workout in. Got too much shit to do today. I'll take a nap later. Which I'm probably gonna do that after the stream. Probably gonna take a nice nap. Can't wait. But yeah, while we're waiting here, we got 25 viewers here currently and only 7 likes. So show some love, man. Show some love. Help me grow this channel. Show some love. Like the stream here. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hey, thank you, Jake. Thank you. You hit 250 subscribers. So next stop, 300. I bet you if I streamed every day, I could grow really quick. But gotta pay respects to the old OG Raja Banks and show up and support his streams on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Plus I learn a shit ton of information from his streams. Like my notes are insanely long, so I hope that's the same for mine for you guys. Sure, I learned a lot from my streams too. This honestly helped me a lot. That realization that I had last week about candles and stop losses, you know, where to place them, shit like that, man, that was a big download for me last week. A big download. Also, it's really helped me simplify the charts here. I know like people like Jake O, like you, Jake O. I know people like you know, you hopped on my streams when it was just me and you. And yeah, I mean like the charts, all that type of shit has just been like, you know, super clean. It's changed a lot over the last couple of months here. I like that idea about that stop loss. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, conservative stop loss, especially if you're you know, just taking like each trade as a percentage of risk. Like if you're using the same lot sizes every single trade, then you know it's a little bit like harder to base your trade based on of a stop loss. But if you're only risking like 1% per trade, if you're only risking like 2% per trade, the stop loss size doesn't really matter, because you know, no matter how big or small the stop loss is, it's all going to be the same 1%. Good morning, Shaquille. Jake, have to get some of the Telegram chat going again. Yeah, I want to start doing like the video chats in there again. Honestly, like I need to get like a better setup. I need to get a better setup for all of that. The problem with like doing like the Telegram chats and you know the live streams, like having them both run simultaneously, like there's a lot of shit running on my computer at that point. So it's just kind of I don't know. Like I'm just using like a MacBook, you know, I don't have like any type of crazy setup, so I need to get like a streaming setup, like a legit streaming setup. Jake Council, no plans of opening a Discord, man. I have a Telegram chat here. Telegram chat, Forex trading with Mike Pugliese. You can hop in here. It's free. No charge. Just go to mikepugliese.club. You can join right here. Forex Telegram chat. You can click that and you can join. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, and like mine actually doesn't run too bad at this point. You know, I have parallels running, I have OBS running, I have, you know, my browser running, and I have Telegram open, and it's still, I mean, it runs pretty smooth. But for some reason, like the Telegram chat, as soon as I turn that on, like it gets real bad. So I noticed that like the one time that we did it, like my charts were like, you know, it was just like lagging like crazy, and yeah, I was just like, yeah, this is not beneficial for anybody. Yeah, I'm not sure which one I have. I think I can look somewhere. Yeah, I got 2019 MacBook Pro. MacBook Pro. Also, I'm not sure if you can see this. Yeah, if you can see this app right here, Clean My Mac. This is a really useful app. Really useful app. Highly recommend this. Makes my shit. I use this once a week. Use this shit once a week, and yeah, just it helps my shit run perfect. More memory. I actually think I have the smallest. MacBook Pro. So I have the 13-inch. The memory is 8 gigabytes. There's no way. It's more than that. Maybe that's all that's available. But yeah, I think it's just like literally the smallest one that you can get as far as memory. You know, I don't do any type of like crazy shit, so don't need a shit ton of memory. But yeah, Jake, try this app here. Jake O, that is, try this Clean My Mac X right here. You just go to cleanmymac.com, I think, and yeah, it's super solid. Yeah, GJ looks like it's gonna make this push. You know, 30-minute breaking the low here. It might be good based on 15-minute breaking the low, but, or I mean 15-minute closing. But at the same time, this is kind of a counter trend movement here. And candles, in my opinion, look, you know, like price action, in my opinion, looks a lot better on 30 minutes. So, you know, I think I'd rather take a trade based on 30-minute time frame here. So I think I'll want to wait. GJ. 4 hour kind of ranging here at this point. 1 hour broke the low. 30 minutes now switched from creating higher highs and higher lows to creating lower highs and lower lows. Lower highs, lower low. Did give a nice closure here. Closed right at 15-minute support though. So this thing very well could just break the wick, break the low here, and then just reject and close bullish. I think waiting for a 30-minute candle close is going to be much better here. Yeah, I think gold sells would be, Jesus. Yeah, dude, I don't know why that shit keeps happening. Like, I keep like blocking it. I keep like reporting it. I don't really understand understand why that keeps happening. But yeah, gold for yourself, we can have a resistance with this 30-minute. Yeah, I agree. It's rejecting this area too, so it makes sense. It's rejecting 1645 as a pass zone, so that'd be good. Yeah, you definitely want to wait for a resistance to form on gold. You definitely want to wait for a resistance to form. And a resistance is formed when you have a bearish candle close. 30-minute is best, but it really depends on how it looks on 15-minute. If it's a strong 15-minute resistance, then you can execute on 15-minute. But if it's a weak 15-minute resistance, it's not going to be the best idea. If it's a 30-minute resistance, whether it's weak or strong, should be a good confirmation. And basically, you can tell if a resistance is weak or strong based on the size of the candle closure. So this, for example, this would be a strong resistance in my opinion. Candle comes up, it closes weak bullish, the next candle closes strong bearish. That's a strong resistance. Obviously we went up and broke it, but momentum was just going in the right direction here. It's also 15 minutes, so it's low confirmations, but this is another example. Price came up, strong bullish close, weak bearish close, so this is a weak resistance, and then price broke the resistance. Now we have a strong resistance, and now price is continuing bearish. So you just got to kind of look at candle size to see which one you think is going to be best. Which, based on this strong 30-minute resistance, it tells the story that the candle should start making lower lows and lower highs. But the problem is we have a support rate here at 168.573 area. So we got to have candle close below that area. And as we can see, the current 15-minute candle broke the low, and now it's rejecting and it's continuing bullish. So yeah, we definitely need to see, because we have resistance here on 15-minute, resistance here on 15 minutes, so a lot of traffic on 15-minute. This 30-minute close is also going to give us an hourly close, so if we get an hour strong bearish as well, that's going to really tell the narrative of a correction here. A bearish move, for about 28 pips. But alright guys, hang with me. I'm gonna refill my coffee here. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Pretty much just a waiting game at this point, so nothing to see. I'm gonna go refill my coffee, and I'll be right back. While I'm doing that, give me a like on the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll continue the session here in a second. Alright, so DJ is rejecting quite a bit. Looks like gold is trying to give us that resistance here. Hey, thank you, Jake. Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm not too active on Instagram anymore, but appreciate it. More active on Twitter. Honestly, got tired of seeing everybody flex their rented Lambos and shit, not provided any value, so. Yeah, so we should have a strong 1 hour close here on GJ, a weak 4 hour candle happening, so definitely the bearish pressure is here. 30-minute candle looks to be closing below that 168.573 area. 15-minute, yeah. So GJ is going to be looking good for sells, I think. Gold, I think, as well, because if the 15-minute closes bearish, I would definitely want it to be a strong bearish candle, but at the same time, if it closes bearish, this is a downtrend and it's forming a resistance in a downtrend. So even if the 30-minute candle is weak bullish, if it respects the high and breaks the low, I think it should continue down. The question is here, 23 pips or so to the bottom of the range there. So I think that would be a good play as well. So I think at this point, we wait for candle close and we see what's gonna happen. And I think I'm gonna wanna execute on GJ because the story is aligning more. Daily candle hasn't broke the high or the low. 4 hour candle, very strong rejection. That's kind of ranging. 1 hour candle looks to be strong bearish. 30-minute candle, strong bearish and below the range. 15-minute candle will be weak, hopefully. Yeah, Jake, I agree. I agree, man. 30-minute has much better confirmations. Oh man, give us a wick though, GJ. Come on now, don't do us dirty here. Cool, so hopefully GJ will wick up here and break the low. I'll be looking to take a sell entry. If it doesn't break the low, if it doesn't wick up, I'm still going to enter and just reduce risk. So I haven't entered yet because if you look here on TradingView, the low has barely broken. But if you're looking at your broker at that point, the spread has not broken the low. And so when I look to take my entries, I'm looking for the spread to break the higher low. Which is perfect because it kind of rejected here. It gave us a little wick. And at this point, because if it breaks the low now, I'm going to be trailing my stop loss based upon the previous 30-minute candle's high. So it's going to be like 168.681. It's going to be like 25 pips or so. But if we push through into the second half of the 30-minute candle before we break the low, then I will look to trail my stop loss based off of the current candle's high, wherever that will be at that time. Still nothing. Nothing as of yet. All right, let's see here. I'd like to I like gold to have 30-minute bearish candle. Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Jake. However, since it's weak bullish, we've had this rejection off of this zone here, off of 1646. The 15-minute candle has closed bearish. I think it should continue bearish. However, I think a stronger confirmation on the entry would be as the 30-minute breaks the low, not the 15-minute breaks the low. Oh fuck, the Tinder person's back. Do you think you can run Zooms alongside of YouTube for some interaction with the Telegram members? Yeah, Jake, I would definitely like to start doing that. So I think that's probably what I'll start doing. I think Zoom is a little bit better platform for the video chats and stuff versus Telegram. So I think that's probably what I'll start doing, is I'll start doing Zoom sessions as well. And maybe I can figure out a way to like connect that to OBS or something, so I only have like one of them running. And it's just kind of streaming to YouTube as well. So I'll play around with that and see if we can get something like that happening, because I definitely think it's a lot more valuable for others as, you know, we start to grow here. But yeah, so if this 30-minute candle breaks the low here, I think sells will be good. The problem is the stops will be huge. 38 pips stop loss. So yeah, I'm gonna look to execute on GJ here. I think GJ is gonna be better. What about break of 30-minute doji? Have you seen that play out? Yeah, pips pay rent. That's exactly what I would execute on here with gold. Is I would execute as the 30-minute low is broken here. So as this low is broken here, and then I would have stops above the previous 30-minute candle high, because it's the first 15-minute candle and the 30-minute candle. It's also like a new 1 hour candle as well. I'm liking that GJ isn't just breaking the low and continuing bearish, so I'm liking that it's kind of struggling here a little bit, because once it does go down and break the low, it should be like the second half of the 15-minute candle or so, and I think it's going to play out nice, so we'll see. At this point, my mouse is hovering over open trade, but my hand is off the mouse. And we have New York session open as well, so we should have volume to push this down. Okay, I've taken the entry now on GJ. Stop loss above previous candle high. Stops are about 27 pips, so a little bit larger than wanted, but all good. So I have a partial stop loss at 13.5 pips drawdown, because my total drawdown is 27 pips, and I want to reduce risk if price starts to go against me. On the flip side of it too, I will be watching to see if price goes 4 to 5 pips in profit, because once it goes 4 to 5 pips in profit, I will be closing 90% of the position if it returns to my entry. And then after it goes 10 pips in profit, I'm going to be setting my stops to entry. After 20 pips, I'll be looking to secure 90% of the position or so. It should play out though. Should play out. So let's see, 168. Whoa, what happened here? Yeah, so this is what we're looking at. Yeah, Jake Council. So plan to manage drawdown on this one. So if price goes 13.5 pips in drawdown, I'm going to close 90% of the position. That's also going to be like the break of the candle high here, the current candle high, and so on. So if price goes in 13.5 pips drawdown, I'll close 90% of the position. And then probably just let the rest run to stop loss or take profit. And then on the flip side, if price continues to go in a bearish direction, then I'll be looking if it goes 4 to 5 pips in profit and then comes back to my entry. I'll close 90% of it right at entry, and then if it goes 10 pips in profit, I will close. If it goes 10 pips in profit, I'll set my stop loss to entry. And then if it goes 20 pips in profit, I'll look to secure 90% of the position. So it's currently retracing like 7-8 pips or so in drawdown. But I think it should continue. I think it should continue down. So I'm just going to have trust in the candles that the lower lows and lower highs will be continuing. Especially just with New York volume to continue bearish. But we do have like this 15-minute resistance here, and that's why I wanted to execute based on 30-minute time frame and not 15-minute time frame. So we will see here. Andrew, yes, in GJ sell. Would you manage risk if price flips bullish? Yeah, so at this point I haven't done anything. I just have it running, just putting the confidence in the candles at this point. But like I said, I do have that partial stop loss at minus 13.5 pips, and it's about to get hit at this point. Hasn't gotten hit yet. 168.544 is where it's at, so hopefully it'll stay below there. Andrew, I probably would not enter at this point just because it's starting to reject, but that's completely your decision. Yeah, and so this is why I was saying on gold too, this is why I was saying I would like to see 30-minute low broken as a higher confirmation for the sells. It still could continue bearish gold, but I think the 30-minute low breaking would be better, especially because the 15-minute had pretty much no wicks on either side. I think this should continue bearish, so I think. And if it doesn't, oh well, it's okay. We have our exit plan in place, just as well as we have our enter plan on both sides. All right, 15-minute closed bullish, but it still is creating lower lows and lower highs. So I still have the partial stop loss in place at minus 13.5 pips. Still have everything in place. Haven't closed anything. Haven't done anything. Just gonna continue to let candles play out. Bavik, correct, and notice we're at a support level here on 15-minute time frame, you know, so it very well could just reject and go retest these highs at this point. But based on 30-minute time frame, we have these wicks which have been filled, and I'm assuming that this candle should be filled as well. And if it doesn't, it's okay, you know, we'll figure out how we could have entered earlier, or how we could have not entered at all. You know, we'll just look how we could have learned from the trade. Yeah, if this 15-minute breaks the high of the previous 15-minute, it's actually going to trigger my partial stop loss. So my partial stop loss is actually above the current candle, the 30-minute current candle's top wick, which is also the previous 15 minutes high. So if it breaks the 15 minutes high here, it's going to trigger my partial stop loss, which is going to close 90% of the position. But since candles are still creating lower lows and lower highs, you know, I think we should continue to remain bearish as long as this 15-minute high is respected. Gold 15-minute close bullish, no top wick though. Yeah, it's just ranging though on gold there. So yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier, I think, you know, break out the 30-minute candle low here on gold is going to be a better idea as far as sells. Come on, GJ, do that dance. Oh, wow. GJ is doing the dance. Wow. So it went like 7 pips in profit and then rejected. It broke that 15-minute low and rejected. Interesting move here on GJ. Damn it, it's about to go hit my partial stop loss. The fuck just happened here? Come on, respect that 15-minute high. Don't break it. Don't break it. Wonder if something just happened. I know there's some shit happening. No, nothing here. Yeah. Trade's annoying as hell. Yeah, 100%. Oh yeah. Yeah, there goes a partial stop loss. Yeah, huh. What's GJ doing here? So 90% has been closed at this point. Dang, man, that would have been so beautiful if GJ just kept falling after that big push. Just did a super dirty right there. $15-minute candle broke the high and the low. Gold 30-minute candle has broken the low at this point. Yeah, and see this gold candle, since it broke the low in the second half of the 30-minute candle, stops will be above the current candle 30 pips or so. I'm still in GJ, by the way, still have the 10% running, so I'm probably just gonna let this run. If it breaks the previous 30-minute candle high, I will close, which is gonna be my stop loss. But because we have this level here, it could very well close below and then continue to fall. But I think if it respects that level, I'm gonna stay in this. So we're just gonna see. And that's one of the big reasons that, you know, you just reduce risk. You have your plan to reduce risk as price starts to go against you. But yeah, if this is an L here today, man, this is going to be a little losing streak for me. It's going to be like 4 losses in a row. Hey, Christine, how's it going? Still in it though, still in it. We'll see. Yeah, Jake. Yeah, just like you said, we managed. We had an exit strategy based on this. So yeah, I mean, it still could play out. Still could play out realistically. We're rejecting this 168.573 level. That was the support level that we had here. So this could essentially be the break and retest. As long as we continue to create lower lows and lower highs on 30-minute. In H1, we should continue bearish. But yeah, I mean, we have 30-minute candle closing in 5 minutes. If it closes weak bullish, it should continue bearish at this point. And it just needed to come hit that partial stop loss just to take a little bit, But that's also why, like, sometimes, like, I don't use them. Because sometimes it'll come get hit and continue to play out. So it's all just kind of intuition. But, I didn't want to lose 27 pips. I didn't want to take a 1% loss on 27 pips. Christine, sorry to say that London kicked your butt there. I'm sorry about that. I don't trade London, so... wasn't there with you. And yeah, I would definitely say, pick one or the other, honestly. Even if you can trade both, just pick one or the other. You don't need to trade both sessions. One session is going to be plenty. And yeah, I would recommend just trading just one of them. Whatever works best for you, pick that one. If London works best for you, then just trade London. If New York works best for you, then just trade New York. No need to trade both of them though. But yeah, if you caught the gold sells at the break of the low, I think you should be in for it until 1639 at least. After partial stop loss, do you keep your partial TP in place? So it depends, honestly. I still have it there right now. But yeah, at this point, I'll probably just let price run to 168, 147 if it's going to. And I'll just, put my stop loss at entry after being 10 pips in profit. Four-hour closing in 35 minutes. 4-hour holds weight, 100%. 100% correct. 4 hours closing. Yes, we'll see how this 30-minute candle closes. I'm honestly probably not going to do anything. I probably won't close anything else. I'll probably just let it continue to run. If it hits my stop loss, amazing. If it hits my take profit, amazing. I think that's probably going to be my plan, because last week I closed all 3 of my trades. In this same situation, I closed all 3 of my trades, and they would have played out. Do you ever re-add any positions? I don't like to, because I'm fine with 1% risk, but my goal is to always lose less, so nah, I don't really add positions back. I do it in the trading simulator every now and then, but don't really do it live. Aura of peace, it was a pullback. Yeah, I hope so, for sure. I hope it continues bearish, but hope is not a trading strategy, so we have to see how candles continue to print. If 30-minute closes bullish, I'm not going to be alarmed. I'm going to continue to leave my 10% running, still creating lower lows and lower highs. Markets have been so flat, I can't wait for some high time frame structure. Yeah, price action has been hard the last couple of weeks, honestly. Like in August, it was like really, really, really good. September, it was like not that good. Where the first half of September was really good, the second half of September not that good. And yeah, it's just kind of fallen from there. But yeah, this trade's not looking like it's going in our favor here. No wick, no top wick. Let's see. Yeah, this gold move looks good here. If GJ goes in a profit for you, Mike, would it be enough to end the trade in profit or just lower the loss taken from the 90% drawdown? It's probably just going to lower the loss taken, to be honest. I closed 90%, So I closed 90% at 13.5 pips drawdown. You know, if it goes to TP, that would be 26 pips. So I don't think that's going to be more profit than the loss was. We'll have to see though. We'll have to see if that happens. I don't think so though. So yeah, it would just be a lower loss, I'm pretty sure. What percent did you risk? 1%. 1%. 1%. Always 1% risk for me, by the way. The only time I really ever reduce risk is like news sessions or Fridays. Yeah, gold's at a 15-minute support here, so we'll have to see. And in hindsight, probably should have taken into consideration this 15-minute support here on GJ. This was clean candles here on 15-minute, we probably would have continued. But we had clean candles on 30-minute. I mean, they weren't necessarily clean, like there was some traffic, some ranges, but being that candle closed below, could definitely anticipate that it was going to continue. But it looks like at this point it's going to continue bullish. Yep, it did. Well, it is what it is. Probability was not in our favor today. Probability was not in our favor today. I thought it was going to be really good as it started to break the low here too. I was like, oh, perfect. Oh, perfect. And then it absolutely did not play out. It's all good though. Pardon me while I save a couple of these images. Turns out the gold move would have been better for us. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I can think about here though is 15-minute support was created here that we were kind of disregarding, but you know, 15 minutes of low time frame confirmation, so really didn't see the need to really pay attention to that. Another thing that we can think about too is, you know, we could have exited once the 15-minute broke the low and the high. Could have exited entirely, and then once the 30-minute closed bullish, you know, could have exited entirely of the remainder of the position. So yeah, a couple of things we probably could have done better here to manage it, but I wanted to just let it play out just based on kind of my experience the last week trading. I kind of strangled trades a little bit early. My losses were very, very, very small because of it, but at the same time, the moves ended up playing out in the long run. So I wanted to see if that was going to be the case here today. And unfortunately, it was not. The gold idea played out though. Gold idea. Who was it that was in that? Neo, I think. Neo, did you stay in this? Man, this is a classic move here. Played out kind of exactly how I was explaining too. I just felt more confident in the GJ move versus this move. The gold always tends to move pretty good in New York session. King Media, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. If you could send a chart with your analysis, that would be awesome. I would like to see why you don't think my analysis is good. But of course, people will always say the analysis is not good when it doesn't play out. Ha 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 ha. Alright, what's going on here? Your analysis is not good, fix it. Funny guys. Looks like nothing is good here right now. Looks like everything's freezing up on me. King Media, send a chart. Send a chart. Send that chart, dog. And GJ just fucking took off, man. Just closed with no top wick and took off. Closed with no top wick and took off. If you didn't take that sell, would you have taken a buy on the break of previous high after that wick, noticing the breakout and break back in? Yeah, I mean, maybe after the fake out. Yeah, maybe after the fake out was created here, you know, could look for buys. The only problem is you know, stop loss probably would have been pretty large. That's problem number one. Problem number two is the top of the range is only 12 pips. So actually, no, I wouldn't have taken that. Not a big enough range. I would have looked for, you know, the buys above. I would have looked for the buys above to play out. I would look for a break and close here. So pretty much if I didn't take this sell here, I would be waiting for this candle to close to look for buys to continue bullish from here. Alright, so as I always talk about, you know, like when you take a loss, you know, 3 questions you kind of need to ask yourself. Number one, how could I have not entered the trade at all? So for me, I could have not entered the trade at all simply if I was looking for this, if I was acknowledging this 15-minute resistance. That would have allowed me to not enter the trade at all. Also, there is like kind of like a 30-minute resistance support level here, a key area here. But that was just in the past, so I didn't want to really consider it because price moved through here pretty smooth in the recent past. So those are 2 kind of things I could have looked at to not enter the trade at all. And how could I have lost less? That's question number 2 you should always ask yourself when taking a loss. You know, I could have closed 90% of the trade after price did this little spike down and then came back to my entry. So my typical rule of thumb is if price goes 4 to 5 pips in profit and then comes back to entry, close 90%. But I didn't do that because it just like spiked down and was like immediately back in drawdown a little bit. So I didn't really have enough time to react. So I was like, oh, whatever, I'll just let it hit my partial stop loss if that's what it's going to do. Excuse me. And I could have also closed fully. So after the partial stop loss was hit at the 15-minute break of the high up here, it's about 13.5 pips in drawdown. Could have just closed the whole position because the 15-minute candle has now broken the previous low and the previous high, showing a volatile candle, and is probably not going to go in our favor, or it has a 50% chance of going in our favor at that point. So I could have closed the remainder of the position there. The other sign to close the remainder of the position is once this 30-minute candle closed bullish, you know, just close the remainder 10% I had open and call it a day. How could I have given my entry a second chance? So currently, in my opinion, nothing has been presented to where I could give a sell bias another chance, but maybe that happens, you know, as time plays out. But at this moment, nothing currently. So that's kind of me analyzing my loss there. I think the trade idea for GJ was not wrong based on 30-minute. The only way we could have saved ourselves from losing even more would be to close full after the 15-minute broke previous high. Bingo, exactly. Exactly. I think it was a perfect trade, actually. I think it was a perfect trade. The only thing that we didn't really consider was this 15-minute support, which, you know, is a weak level of support at New York Open. You know, we should anticipate levels like that to be broken, which obviously didn't happen here. So that's kind of what I was considering there. And yeah, exactly to your point, you know, price just didn't do what we thought it would, do what we anticipated. But we lost less, we learned from the loss, and it's all good. But man, I am extremely tired today. Yeah, so let's mark this up here. Let's put this up here. Trade 1. I think it was minus 16.7 pips. Yeah, I don't see any confirmations of how we could have caught these buys here. Because of that resistance. 168, 811 resistance there. Got 9 a.m. coming in for our close. Dang, man, GJ making that little push, man. It's funny because Raja was talking about that buys targeting 170. I think he was talking about from down here. Right here or something. Actually, I think it was here. Since that 15-minute broke back in the range, I'd feel comfortable setting stop loss below next 15-minute wick and entering on my break. Yeah, maybe this one you're talking about? Yeah. Yeah, that would also be like the 30-minute candle's low. Yeah, like I said, I probably would have never entered these buys because number one, there's no top wick here. Number two, the range to the top here is 168.76. However, we are in like a current uptrend here. You know, price is moving up here. So we probably could have anticipated that with New York volume, we should break the highs here instead of, you know, correcting the move. Christine, just close less. Just you know, just secure like 90%. Let 10% run. You know, as you notice that your runner hits profits more, hits take profit more, you'll start to let more run. You'll leave more open. Based on 4 hour. Oh yeah, just because of the 4 hour close, yeah. Yeah, this thing looks like it's gonna continue bullish from here, which was the bias from the start of the day, but it's all good. I thought we could catch this counter trend move here. In hindsight, I guess we probably should have waited for another like support to form and then a break of that support. I was considering this the support though that we were breaking. So maybe that's what we should have done. Should have waited for like a 15-minute or 30-minute support. Because, you know, prices continue to fall from here. Yeah, it just looks like we're continuing bullish from here. Yeah, no, 100% Jake. Nah, not sweating at all. At the end of the day, you gotta be willing to take those risks. You gotta be willing to execute. And when you feel like you should execute, then fucking execute. And if it doesn't work out, figure out why. Figure out what happened, what you could have done. And that's what we did. That's what we did. But yeah, this gold idea that we were talking about here, you know, this would have worked out pretty well for this sell. Stop loss above current 30-minute candle, continuing down to fill this range for about 25 pips. Now it's on a rejection. It's probably going to continue bullish at this point, honestly. So 12 pips, you know, here. No real opportunity for buys unless it's above 1646. And no opportunity for sells at all, obviously, because candles are printing bullish here. But and everybody knows this candle pattern here. Havist. Hafiz. New subscriber. Thank you, brother. Thanks for subscribing, man. Thank you. Yo, Kijimbi, Qijimbii. I don't know how to pronounce your name, bro. I apologize, but I see you in the chat all the time. I appreciate you, man. I just saw your message about your stop loss was above the previous 15-minute candle, and it was at the tip. Yeah, so one thing to note is like I always put my stop loss like 1 to 2 pips above the previous candle, above or below the previous candle's wick. So that way, in the event of a retrace, you know, you're not going to get stopped out and price is going to go in your way just like it happened for you. So I would recommend doing that in the future. Just place your stop loss 1 to 2 pips above or below the candle and not right at the candle or right at the wick, so that way you can avoid that. But I've had that happen a lot in the past, so definitely know that feeling. Yeah, so I mean, at this point, just nothing. You know, GJ is not tradable at this point. You know, you have to wait for a resistance to form, and then, or I mean, resistance to form, and then potentially a support to go, you know, to go retest the resistance that was formed, or you know, a resistance to form and then support, and then break that support to continue and correct this move. So nothing on GJ at the moment. Gold, I think, buys above 1646 makes sense, but yeah, that's it for now. And it looks like this area has been rejected quite a bit on GJ, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Oh, got you. Neo, what's good, man? My bad. But yeah, Neo, I would definitely recommend doing that stop loss above or below current, or I mean current or previous, whatever. You know, just wherever you put your stop loss, if you're basing it on a candle, a wick high, then just do 1 to 2 pips above or below. It should help you out. You shouldn't get stop hunted like that anymore. Alright, 15-minute just closed. Let's see where this just closed on gold. Yeah, so because we have this 15-minute resistance here, kind of same thing that we just had happen on GJ. You know, only like 14 pips to the resistance there, so you want to take the trade based on 30-minute and just be cautious about that 15-minute resistance there, which, as we can see, has been a rejection zone in the past quite a bit. So yeah, might want to be cautious with gold buys, but nonetheless, with New York session here, New York Stock Exchange coming up, open coming up, we should see a nice little push there to continue bullish, in my opinion. Yeah, this is 1 hour candle setup that I was talking about. Clean candles here on 1 hour to move through. Could have taken that trade based on 1 hour there. Yeah, now 15 minutes rejecting this area. Like I was talking about, it's been a big zone in the past. It's been a big zone on GJ here in the past. See how this New York Stock Exchange comes in here. Give me 1 second though, I'll be right back. Yeah, gold's making a push, man. Don't really see, like, this I think would have been the best confirmation for entry on gold. We just have to kind of anticipate this resistance area to be broken. Same thing with this. Really. Yeah, don't see anything that I'm really confident with here. Gold. Yeah, nothing really on GJ either. No real confirmations to enter this, in my opinion. When to start my coffee? Did I miss anything? Nope. Nothing that I can see here. my opinion, no confirmations really for any of these entries. Beautiful push up on GJ. Yeah, it is 100%. But looking at it, I don't see how, you know, it could have been entered. I don't. Nothing makes sense as far as how it could have been entered. Maybe, you know, this candle closed with no top wick, so that's the one thing that kind of throws me off. Was strong bullish, rejecting, you know, past zone, whatever. This candle did come down. This candle did wick down and go break the high. So I think that would have been probably the only confirmation of entry there. But as I talked about earlier, you know, we have a, you know, resistance like right here, you know, 17 pips away, less than that really, the resistance. Yeah, 13 pips. So yeah, I don't think I would have entered that. I probably would have missed this move if I didn't already take a trade regardless. So all good. All good. Wick and a break on the 4 hour for GJ. For GJ, the 4 hour, I mean, this was oh yeah, I think I see what you're talking about. I think you're saying like this was a lower wick. Lower wick on the 4 hour and then broke the high here. Yeah, it makes sense. Yep, so we gotta talk about all time frames, and I remember specifically saying like GJ 4 hour was weak, bearish. Yeah, that is one thing to think about, is we were not trading in the direction of the daily and the 4 hour. The 4 hour was like weak bearish, the daily was bullish still. Yep, it's all good. It's all good. It was a good trading day. Anytime that there's volume in the markets, it's a good trading day. Just have to be on the right side of the volume. really thought that was gonna play out there. I'm still like trying to figure out like why this didn't play out. The only thing I can think about is that there's this 15-minute resistance here that we kind of ignored. We kind of ignored that. Rightfully so, though. I mean, it was, you know, low time frame confirmation, but fuck, man, bounced right off of that resistance there. GJ just freaking launched, man. Could have taken this gold trade based on the hourly candles. This hourly broke the high here, stop loss below current candle, 33, 34 pips or so with, you know, 60 pips, 48, 50 pips, 60 pips to the upside. That would have been probably the one way that we could have caught the gold buys there. If we were paying attention to this hourly candle formation, this is a pattern I see happen all the time. Setup that I see on the hourly all the time. This too, honestly. You know, lows created, price comes up, forms a resistance. This could have caught this, you know, break of the low here, stop loss above current candle high. You know, target this range here. I think that was about 25 pips or so to target. Even this here, you know, this reject a support level really hard. Close weak, bullish, and then break the high. You know, that's another thing here. So yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, GJ has made the resistance, and so I would probably look for, you know, a support to form somewhere down in this range, and then a retest of the resistance that's formed now. And I would be looking to take the trade on the retest of the resistance with proper confirmation, you know, to enter there. And then on gold, yeah, on gold, I mean, we're kind of in the situation of what we were just in for GJ. At this point, no trade is valid. You know, have to wait for a resistance to form, you know, then a support to come retest the resistance, or a resistance to form to break the resistance and continue bearish to correct the move. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking at this point. So if you're still looking for a trade, that's what I would look for. I would look for a resistance to form on gold, either the resistance to break and continue bullish, or the resistance to hold, go down, create a support, and then go retest that resistance. You want to execute the trade on the retest of the resistance. And then on GJ, you know, I would wait for either this resistance to turn into a support and then execute on, you know, the bullish move up, or this resistance to hold, form a support level down here somewhere, and then execute buys to continue bullish from there. But yeah, that's probably what I would look for at this point. But with that said, I am absolutely exhausted. As I said earlier, I only slept like 2